Hello. How are you guys tonight, this lovely Sunday night? Okay. Hold on. Not my, okay, there we go. I'm like, it been froze up. Okay, look, we got some people in the building. Okay, as you're joining in, let me know where you're from. Where are you from? Where are you coming from? How are y'all tonight? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Y'all excited? Okay, Tampa. Okay, I'm close to Tampa, Atlanta, New Orleans. Okay. We got some people in the Philly in the building, New York, okay, we worldwide, California. Okay, okay, cool. We're gonna give everybody a few minutes. It's only 7:01. We should have definitely more people on here coming. Let me know in the chat. Is this your first time? Drop a one in the chat if this is your first time on one of my calls. Drop one in the chat. Drop one in the chat. Is it your first time here? Drop a two in the chat if you're one of my students. Are any of my students here tonight? Okay, I see a lot of ones. Okay, okay. I'm glad y'all are here. I'm glad y'all are here. Y'all are in the right place at the right time. Thank you all for sharing your time with me this Sunday. Also, if you're on Instagram, you can DM or comment credit to join the class over here so you can so you can see me share my screen if you want to join. Okay. All right, we got 26 people on here so far. I'm excited for you guys to be on here tonight. Shout out to all the newbies who are here. Let me know as y'all are coming in, let me know where y'all coming from, where y'all from. Dang, I don't see nobody's camera on. Like, why y'all being shy? I'm trying to see somebody. I only see one. That's crazy. I only see one person's camera on. What y'all doing? I'm trying to see y'all. Okay, okay. Somebody said that work. Okay. I got you. Okay, Nicole. Okay, girl. Thank you. Hey. All right, we finna get into it. Who's ready to learn how to find money on their credit report? Let me know in the chat. Drop a one if you baby your kids. Okay, I got you because I got kids too. Only got one kid, but I got you. No worries. Y'all ready to find money on their credit report? Let me know. I'm a unmute y'all, and y'all let me know if y'all are ready to find money on your credit report. Hold on, give me 1 second. I said I'm mute y'all, but I can't even find the button. There it is. All right, let me know. Are y'all ready to find money on your credit report? Let me know. Can you unmute yourself? It should. Oh wait, it might not.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
We ready.
We ready? Been ready.
We ready.
Be ready.
We ready.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's fly away.
I know that's right. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So let me go ahead and share my screen with you all so we can get started. All right. And excuse me if my son come down, he don't care what I'm doing at any time. He gonna interrupt me. Hold on, my screen then froze. It always does that. It's so annoying. Okay, there we go. We back. Hold on, y'all. That's kids. Exactly, it is. Hold on. Why does it always do that? Okay. Let me try to share. Hold on, let me escape first because it's frozen. Let me click back on here. Hold on. Yo, why is my screen not sharing? This is ghetto. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Finally. All right, let me know in the chat. Can y'all see my screen? Drop a 1 for me. Let me know. Also, if you're on Instagram, you can comment or DM credit and join the live call. Okay, okay. Y'all can see. All right, cool, because it was getting a little bit. All right, let me minimize this. Okay, so tonight we're going to be unlocking the secrets to learn how to find $1,000 on your credit report by yours truly, Millionaire May, of course. You guys always know I have to give my disclaimer that this is not legal advice, nor am I an attorney, and this is just for informational purposes only. You can use this information at your own discretion. Make sure you fact check everything it is that I tell you here tonight on this call, okay? So first of all, who am I? A lot of you guys are new, so of course I have to introduce myself, all right? I am a person who learned consumer law in March of 2022 and changed my whole entire financial situation within 9 months. In March of 2022, I was working for Wayfair at the time and I had no income coming in. I was working for Wayfair, but I quit and then I had no income coming in. I quit because I started learning consumer law. I started learning the definition of what credit was, a credit card, and I learned from the bureau bullies. And I started to understand what credit really was and how powerful we were as consumers, right? So as soon as I started learning consumer law, I was like, you know what? I'm done with my job. I quit. Now, mind you, I have worked at Target before. And yeah, Target was really like my only main job, and then Wayfair. And I had started my own clothing business in 2020 at the beginning of the pandemic, but I had to stop the clothing business because I didn't have enough revenue coming in and I didn't have no income to keep purchasing products, different products that I wanted to sell. So I had to go back to Target and work again. And it just really crushed me because I wanted my own clothing brand because I love modeling. And starting that clothing brand really did something for me because that gave me the introduction to being an entrepreneur. But a lot of us as entrepreneurs, we don't have capital, and the way that we can get access to capital is through credit. So fast forward to March of 2022, I started working for Wayfair, but I was just so tired of living like paycheck to paycheck. I'm working overtime. My back is hurting. I'm sick because I was working from home. My back was hurting. I was sitting in this chair. I was dealing with rude customers, and I was just so tired of it. And I got introduced to the bureau bullies and started learning about credit and fixing your credit yourself. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna start learning this information. I'm gonna be all in. This is something that I want to do. And at first, I didn't necessarily think about turning it into a business. That's a business that just came along the way. So March 2022, I had no job. I had nothing coming in. I didn't have a job from March. March 2022 is the last time I had a 9 to 5. So I've been blessed enough to not have to work this whole entire time. Mind you, I did try to apply for jobs in between March 2022 and I would say my last time applying for a job was probably during the summer of 2022. And after I realized like nobody is hiring me, I'm like, okay, that's my sign from God or the universe that I need to just have faith in myself and just rely on me instead of trying to rely on a 9 to 5 job. So I was able to learn the Fair Credit Reporting Act, the Truth in Lending Act, and the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, which is also known as consumer law, and change my financial situation within 9 months. Now, here's a little bit of the timeline. So I went on my phone and I screenshot these so y'all can see like the days of the screenshots, right? So y'all know I said I had no income coming in, right? my car ended up being repossessed, and I also ended up facing an eviction at this time. During this time, while I was going through the eviction, while I was behind on my car note, I was just learning consumer law, studying. I saw other people getting checked. I saw other people getting paid from consumer reporting agencies, getting their titles to their cars, getting their down payments back, getting their credit reports clean and stuff like that. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'm about to do this same thing. But I realized that in order for me to get those results, I had to study and take time and be patient, right? So this was August 11th when I screenshot this of my credit report, and I was at a 514 at the time. Then you fast forward to December 2022, I ended up getting all three of my credit reports in the 700s, my Experian, my Equifax, and my TransUnion. Then on January 17th of 2023, I got approved for my first Chase credit card, shout out to them, with a 6,300 credit limit. Then I went and got a new car after my other car had been repossessed. My other car had got repossessed in October. I was able to remove that from my credit reports, get approved, and get a new car in January. So it was only 2 months. And when my car was repossessed, my son was at school. I was so hurt. But don't worry, because baby, they got sued. Trust and believe, right? So this is just a little bit of my journey. My journey has not been an easy one, but it has been 100% worth it. Drop a one in the chat if you can relate to like going through a struggle, having a hard time, and you're just waiting on your turn. You're waiting patiently. You're just ready for your turn to be for your time, right? Drop one in the chat if y'all can relate to something like that, going through a financial hardship, facing evictions, facing repossessions, right? Like I was so tired of, like, we were all of us are usually excited for like tax season. Like we are always excited for that. But I was like, I'm so tired of being ready for tax season. Like I need to have a consistent income coming in, and I have to create my own business, but I have to be locked in on what it is that I want to do. And it took patience. Like before I was able to get to this, I went through all of that other stuff. I went through the eviction. I went through the repossession. Like I had to go through those things just to get to where I am right now. So fast forward, right? January 30th. This is just the timeline of how my life just changed from about November to February. Like things were just, I was so blessed. Like things was starting to go up for me, right? You see like the dates of this, right? So December, credit was clean. January, got my first credit card. Mind you, the place that I was getting evicted at, the lease was over in February. So I had a plan to move by February. And thankfully I got approved for this credit card, and this credit card allowed me to move to Florida. And if you see here on January 30th, I got my eviction case dismissed. So I never had to leave that apartment. I stayed at that apartment I didn't pay rent at that apartment from May of 2022 all the way until February, the day we left. And then February 25th, we moved to Florida in February. You can see this is my son. We're at our house. And this is me. Like, I'm happy now. Like, I was so relieved, because just going through that process, I was like, you know what? It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. I kept telling myself, like, everything is always working out for me. And I remained as positive as I could. Like there were times where I had felt so low. Like, of course, there were times where I just felt like, oh my gosh, this just can't be real. Like I'm going through an eviction. I don't have no money. I'm tired of being broke. I can't even really put gas in my car. And then my car ended up being taken away from me while my son was at school. So I was just going through a very, very hard time. And then just because based off of me just being positive and remaining gracious during the process and keeping a positive mindset, I was able to turn it all the way around. Like I started my consumer law journey in March. So this wasn't even within a full exact year when I like cleaned my credit report. So it was within months I was able to clean my credit report. And that's because I was consistently sitting in disputes, every single month, every single month. Like I did not take no breaks. I was just constantly sending in letters, not only to the consumer reporting agencies, but I was also using Truth in Lending Act to send to the creditors. I was using the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act to send to debt collectors. So this is just my journey, my timeline. So here are some of my student testimonials. These are my students that have learned from me. So I want to show you guys those of you that are new here. I have been teaching since January is when I first started to sell a course. I didn't start selling courses or anything until I had results. A lot of people will start learning consumer law and then they'll try to hurry up and create an ebook or a course based off of what they learned, but I didn't want to sell anything until I had my own results. So this is proof that the methods that I've learned and the methods that I've taught my students, these are my student testimonials. One of my students she actually got 3 collections removed from her account by learning the methods that I teach and learning consumer law and learning her rights. And you see, she said that you have to be patient. You have to be patient. Whatever, or I didn't screenshot that part. It was in this one, but she was like, just be consistent and be patient throughout your journey. And you just have to remain positive because a lot of people want to hurry up and quit after like one dispute or after things keep coming back as verified. Like you have to keep going. And then this was another student who got an account removed after the dispute. After we had a call together, he was able to get the account removed. And this is another student who got a collection account that dropped off of their credit report as well. Then this is actually a recent testimonial from one of my students because I didn't start teaching how to file lawsuits immediately. I started teaching how to file lawsuits probably in April. So this is one of my students who took the arbitration class and the federal, the FCRA class. And this is from Experian. I have to mark out specific things because it's so many people that are doing this. And when a lot of people start doing it, like specific things stop working. And I don't want Experian to be able to see which student it is that they offered this settlement to. So I deleted his name, of course, and then which trade line they wanted to remove. But this is Experian offering $1,500 plus the deletion of the trade line to resolve this matter. And now my student will be able to have a clean Experian credit report and start utilizing his Experian credit report to get funding. Drop a 1 in the chat if you want that to be you. If you are ready, drop a 1 in the chat if you are ready. Right. Okay. See, everybody is ready. Everybody's ready, right? So I just wanted to share a little bit of background of who I was and how I've been able to impact other people during my journey. And this is all within a 1-year time frame. March will be 1 year exact of when I started my consumer law journey, right? So I am just like so blessed and so grateful for even being able to do what it is that I am doing. So tonight I will be sharing with all of you what I have learned from experience in helping my students. Please overstand this is not legal advice, nor am I an attorney, and these results may take litigation. So if you are not willing to execute on that, then I don't know what to tell you, okay? When it comes to consumer law, a lot of people always like showcase the results, but I try to showcase like what you have to do to get those results. And a lot of the times, all of my monetary relief that I've gotten, the 5-figure settlement check that I got from the dealership, the settlement check that I got from the collection company, all of that took me to taking legal action against them. So if you're not willing to do that, then I really don't know what to tell you. You can seek a lawyer or an attorney, but I have never gotten a lawyer and attorney to represent me. I represent myself. When you get a lawyer or an attorney, you are telling them that you are not competent enough to know what it is that you are doing, okay? So just know that. So this class is for you if you have negative items on your credit report, if you do not know the FCRA at all. Does anybody here not know the Fair Credit Reporting Act? Drop a 1 in the chat if you don't. Please don't come in here bothering me. Drop a 1 in the chat if you don't know the FCRA at all. Okay, so it's some new people here that don't know the FCRA. Okay, so I'm going to introduce you a few of the laws under the Fair Credit Reporting Act so you can start getting familiar with it. Nicole, girl, for real, because he will come in here bothering me, okay? I ain't got the time. So this is for you if you have inaccurate information on your credit report or if your accounts keep coming back as verified, all right? So you're in the right spot at the right time if you're under any of these categories. So this is a case study from the CFPB and the FTC. They sued TransUnion for failing to provide accurate information. And you could possibly, any of y'all on this call could possibly have had this happen to you guys, right? So it says the CFPB and FTC take actions against TransUnion for illegal rental background check and credit reporting practices. And will it let me zoom in? So they had to pay $23 million for tenant screening and security freeze failures. And right here, so we're going to read this. Today, the CFPB and Federal Trade Commission took action against a rental screening subsidiary of the TransUnion conglomerate for violations of the Fair Credit Reporting Act. The TransUnion company failed to take steps to ensure the rental background checks that landlords use to decide who gets housing were accurate. That is a big deal. In the FCRA, it says that the consumer reporting agencies have to make sure that whatever they are furnishing or speaking about you is accurate. So if they have failed to provide inaccurate information based off of you, they have violated your rights. And in this specific situation, TransUnion actually had inaccurate rental screening reports about consumers who have faced evictions. And a lot of these consumers ended up not being able to get housing. I recommend you all to go read this. If you just type in CFPB sues TransUnion, it'll literally pop up. I chose this one because it's October 12th, so this is fairly new. And also a big thing they said was accurate, right? If the CFPB and FTC is suing TransUnion for failing to maintain accuracy, then you can do the same thing, all right? So the company also withheld from renters the names of third parties that were providing the inaccurate information. So not only did they have inaccurate information, right? But when consumers were asking them, well, where were they getting the information from the evictions from, TransUnion was not even giving them the information of the third parties that was providing them information. And if you read the Fair Credit Reporting Act, they are supposed to provide you with who they spoke with in regards to the dispute that you sent them to. So when you send a consumer reporting agency a dispute, they're going to conduct an investigation with the creditors or the debt collectors or whoever it is that you're disputing the account with. They're going to contact that company that is furnishing that information. And you can request from them who they spoke to in regards to the investigation, and they are supposed to provide you with that information. If they don't provide you with that information, then they have failed to do specific requirements under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. So then it also says the CFPB and FTC requested a federal court to order the TransUnion company to pay $15 million for its law-breaking behavior and to make significant improvements to how it reports evictions. If you go to the CFPB website, they will actually tell you how they determine whether you were one of the people that was a victim of this, and they have a specific victim relief fund for those consumers that were affected by this. So you want to go and find that on the CFPB website. Drop a 1 in the chat if I just told you something new tonight. Did any of you even know that? No, okay, one. Okay, cool. So this is, whenever it comes to like you exercising your rights and you learning consumer law, you're gonna want to see what is the CFPB and FTC doing. And if you go to the website, you can actually look at the exact case and how the CFPB sued TransUnion. You literally need to follow that same blueprint. Follow the same blueprint. They will show you exactly how they sued them in federal court. and you can do the same exact thing as long as you know what you're doing, right? Also, not only did TransUnion fail to have accurate information about tenant screening or the rental history, right? TransUnion also, so the CFPB is ordering TransUnion to pay $8 million for lying to consumers about timely placing or removing security freezes and locks on the credit reports of tens of thousands of tens of thousands of consumers. Have any of you had a problem with freezing your credit reports with TransUnion? If you had a problem with freezing your credit reports with TransUnion, right? You could use this lawsuit in one of your own cases. They failed to put credit freezes, right, in the past. So think about this. When you're building a case against them, think about this. Think about, oh, you thought your credit report was froze, but someone went and pulled your credit report and still got access to that report, but the credit report was supposed to be frozen. And then you ended up getting denied some type of credit, right? That's something that you want to build a case off of. If you've been a victim of that, then you definitely want to read this entire case and what TransUnion did fail to do, right? Can you get out? Get out. Let's see. Can you type the links you're mentioning, please? Yes, I will type it at the end of the call. They also failed to supply who the third party was. See? This is a case that you will definitely want to read, right? And then here are some of the things that TransUnion failed to do. So CFPB and FTC enforcement action against TransUnion for its rental background check reports. So here's one thing. They failed to take steps to produce accurate reports. If you have an inaccurate report, that's why there is money on your report, because you see how the CFPB sued them for $23 million because they failed to do what? They failed to comply with the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And I'm going to show you the few laws that they failed to comply with. So the company violated the Fair Credit Reporting Act by failing in numerous instances to take steps to assure the maximum possible accuracy of eviction records in its rental background check reports. For example, the company failed to assure that its reports reflected the current status of public records. This included failing to share information showing that an eviction was dismissed and not preventing the inclusion of sealed records or multiple entries about the same eviction case. As eviction data is often weighed heavily in assessing rental risk, inclusion of inaccurate and duplicative eviction information is particularly harmful to renters and their families. It's harmful to those because you can't, if there is an eviction on your credit report, you're either going to get denied from that apartment, or you're going to have to end up paying a higher security deposit, right? That is harmful. Listen to the verbiage that the CFPB is saying. They also said that they failed to assure the maximum possible accuracy. Your consumer report has to be maximum possibly accurate as possible. Nothing should be inaccurate. If they chose, the consumer reporting agencies made their own decision to furnish a consumer report on your behalf without your consent. Since they chose to do so, they need to make sure that what they say about you, because your consumer report is your financial reputation, they need to make sure that what they say about you is accurate. Otherwise, they can harm, they can cause embarrassment, they can cause mental anguish, they can cause anxiety, stress. Listen to those key words, right? And then, of course, again, they said failed to identify who provided inaccurate information. So when the company obtained criminal and eviction records from third-party vendors, it failed. Now, what is the reason for TransUnion to just go out and find evictions and criminal records on you, right? Like, what do they have against us? So, because like, how are you getting this information and who gave you permission, right? Who gave you permission to go get my private information about myself? Who gave you permission? It failed to identify the third-party vendors in its disclosures to consumers. Instead, the company told people that criminal and eviction records were taken only from the jurisdictions where the proceedings took place. People trying to find a place to live did not know it was a third-party vendor that they needed to contact to correct inaccurate information. If entered by the court, the agency's proposed order on rental background checks would require this company to pay $11 million to consumers and stop illegal tenant screening practices, right? That's just one of the case studies. There's a lot, like these consumer reporting agencies have constantly been sued over the years. All you have to do is just type into Google, CFPB sues Experian, CFPB and FTC sues TransUnion, CFPB and FTC sues Equifax, and study the cases that they show on there. I'll show you guys how to find it, right? So here's the first secret I'm going to share with you tonight is how is there $1,000 on your credit report? And we just briefly went over it, but the specific law is going to be 15 U.S. Code 1681 EB, right? So it says right here, accuracy of report. Whenever a consumer reporting agency prepares a consumer report, it shall follow reasonable procedures to assure maximum possible accuracy of the information concerning the individual about whom the report relates, right? And the thing is, you guys, if you know what the definition of a credit card is and who a creditor truly is, and if you knew that banks cannot lend money or banks cannot lend credit, they can only lend lawful money, which is gold and silver, then everything on your consumer report is inaccurate. If you literally type in, you go on, it's a YouTube video that says banks cannot lend money, and it's literally like this full blown podcast about it, right? But if you also type in Google, if you type in Google, it's like this document that will pop up, and it's a list full of case law that talks about how banks cannot lend credit, right? If banks cannot lend credit, then why are they furnishing a consumer report saying that you owe them this, saying that you owe them this on a monthly basis, right? Your whole entire credit report is inaccurate. Your whole entire consumer report is inaccurate. But I'll still show you guys how to find money on it, right? If you have somebody reporting that you have a loan with them, that's inaccurate because banks can't lend credit. So what loan did you get? What loan did you get? If banks cannot lend credit, what loan did you get? Can anybody tell me? Was there a loan? Is there any loan that you got if a bank cannot lend credit? Drop a 2 in the chat. If a bank can't lend credit, are you getting a loan? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? No. We have auto loans, student loans, car loans, personal loans, mortgages. Banks cannot lend credit. You're going to have to do some other studying and do that. I'm not going to go too deep into that. I'm just trying to keep it simple for y'all, right? If a bank cannot lend its own credit, a bank is not lending you anything, and a bank is lying to you. That's why you not only need to read the FCRA, but you need to read the Truth in Lending Act, and you need to read a lot of other acts that are out there as well. This is all public information, right? So how is there $1,000 on your credit report? And let's read what it says here, right? This is 15 U.S. Code 1681I, treatment of inaccurate or unverifiable information. If after any reinvestigation under paragraph 1 of any information disputed by a consumer, an item of the information is found to be inaccurate or incomplete or cannot be verified, the consumer reporting agency shall promptly delete that item of information from the file of the consumer or modify that item of information as appropriate based on the results of the reinvestigation, and promptly notify the furnisher of that information that the information has been modified or deleted from the file of the consumer. So if there is inaccurate information on your consumer report and you can prove that, right? They have a responsibility. And what is their responsibility? They have to, it says right here, promptly delete that item of information from the file or modify that the item of information as appropriate. They have 2 responsibilities, right? If it's inaccurate, they either have to delete it or modify it. If it comes back as verified and it remains the same on your consumer report, they have failed to conduct an investigation. They have failed to conduct a reasonable reinvestigation required under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. And that is why there is money on your credit report, because if you find an inaccurate account and if you send a consumer reporting agency a letter saying, hey, this account is inaccurate, please conduct a reinvestigation, and they do the reinvestigation and it comes back as verified and they didn't modify or delete the account, then now you have money on your credit report, right? Because it is a requirement under the Fair Credit Reporting Act for you to notify them before you try to jump into getting money, right? So how can you find $1,000 on a negative credit report? Let's take a look. If you want, oh, I forgot to say this at the beginning, but if you want to send me a copy of your credit report to go over it on a live call, you can do so by just dropping it in the file in the chat. Please try to redact all your personal information so it doesn't pop up. I already have one that I'm gonna share, but I will be willing to look at a few of y'all's as well. Give me 1 second, let me pull it up. Okay, so here's a credit report that we're gonna go through and see if we can find money on it. And this is how you would go to see what are the inaccuracies, right? So this is Austin Capital Bank, right? Let's see. The first thing I always look at is when the account was open. Is it reporting on the date that the month that the account was open, or at least the month after? Because typically, whenever you get an account, it doesn't report the same month. It will typically start reporting the next month. And then with car loans, it's usually about 60 days, I believe, until they start reporting. Right? So this account was opened on June 25th of 2021. So is it reporting? Yes, okay. It's reporting on July 2021. That's right. In August. Then it becomes late in September and October. And then is closed on November 2021. The status is marked as paid closed. But isn't that a little bit confusing, right? Let's see, is there anything else they're saying right here? Oh no. Because it's paid closed, that's the status. But typically, with Experian, if you're late, they would say that the status of the account is late. Typically, they do. The balance. The original balance is $2,000, but what's the current balance, right? This is missing information. It says that it's supposed to have maximum possible accuracy. So the current balance should be on here. That's an inaccuracy. So I would consider that $1,000. Next, this looks like a different one. Okay, so the date it was open was 12/24/2020. Okay, so it should probably be reporting on January 2021. So that's right. Then on time, and then 30/60. Let's see what else is down here. The balance from September 2021 was $1,564. Okay, but what is the current balance? Again, that should be on there. Where's another one? Let's see. 26. This is a credit card. Let's find another one. Okay, so here, this account was opened on April 6, 2022. So it's reporting on May. Okay, cool. On time in May. But if it was open on April 6th, when you get a car loan or auto loan, you're not supposed to be making the payment until after 60 days. They give you 60 days. So this is why you would really want to say, okay, well, when was the first payment due? Because if the first payment wasn't due until June, if that's the specific case. But for all the cards that I've got, let me know in the chat. For all the cards that you guys have gotten, auto loans, you didn't have to pay the first payment until after 60 days. Is that right? Let me know, because any auto loan that I've gotten, say for instance that I got the car in February, I didn't have to start making the first payment until April. Somebody said 60 days, okay. But okay. So okay, no, y'all pay the next month. Okay. Okay, cool. So maybe it is the next month. But even then, if you look right here, this is I'm confused because a consumer report is your reputation and a consumer report tells a story about you. It tells your financial story. So if you were 30 days late in June, how are you 30 days late again in July? And then how are you 60 days late in August? And then 90 days late in September? And then what? This don't make sense because it's 30-day intervals, 30 or 31-day intervals in between these time frames. You can't go from being 90 days late in December and then 30 days late again in January. Does that make any sense? So this is one thing, right? CarMax needs to be held liable and Experian needs to be held liable because in a case law, Ibarra versus Experian, the court said that Experian or consumer reporting agencies, when they conduct these investigations, they're supposed to do their own research. But instead, they are parroting information, meaning that they are just relying on what the furniture said. If the furniture says, hey, it's reporting as accurate, Experian's like, okay, this company says it's reporting as accurate, so we're going to leave it as is. But Experian has to do their own investigation. From this, does it look like Experian did their own investigation at all? Because this was a dispute. This was already a disputed account. Or let me know in the chat, did Experian conduct a reasonable investigation? Yes or no? No. So now what? Experian is in violation of which law? Who can tell me? Who can get it right? Who gonna let me know? Which law is Experian violating now? This is what happened. The consumer disputed the account. The consumer sent Experian a letter. Experian either had to modify or delete the account. Okay, 1681E, right. But also 1681I. Ramona, you got it right. Ramona, please message me because I have a surprise for you. 1681I, because this is the way that you can bring a case against them. If you sent them a dispute as they require you to, right? As they require you to, and they didn't delete or modify the account, they have failed to conduct an investigation. And now, this consumer, it says that they have already disputed this and it's already came back as the same, reporting the same. So now this is why there's money, because all of these inaccuracies, say for instance that this consumer tried to apply for some type of funding during this process of, because the consumer knew, hey, I know this account is reporting inaccurately, so I know that Experian is going to either delete or modify the account, and it could potentially help me in getting approved for funding. I'm going to go ahead and apply for funding, and once the investigation comes back, I'm sure that the account will be deleted because it's inaccurate. However, I applied for funding, but Experian didn't delete the account, and they said it was verified and reporting as accurate, but it's inaccurate. And now I've gotten denied a $20,000 loan or a $1 million home or a $50,000 car. And I needed it for something essential or important to me. That's how you're building a case. That's how there's money. In order for you to sue under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you have to have been injured or harmed in some way, shape, or form. What emotional distress did it cause? What mental anguish did it cause? What kind of embarrassment did you feel from that, right? Because it is embarrassing when you walk inside of a bank or a financial institution and you get denied credit or you get denied funding, right? Isn't that embarrassing? Isn't it so embarrassing? Like when you're typing it in, you're getting like, you kind of get anxious when you're applying for credit now because you know, like, damn, I'm probably gonna get denied. That's embarrassing. And once you start studying case law, you'll understand why I'm using specific verbiage. So type one in the chat, is there money on this credit report? Let me know. Is there money on this credit report? That's just one of the accounts. Let's see if we can find another one. And any account with any late payments, any negative history, but even this, right? Even this. This account was opened in 2013, even though this is an account that's reporting good history, right? But there's still inaccurate information even on good accounts. This account was opened in February 14th, 2013. But what if these two payments that are reporting no data could be potentially harming the consumer report or the credit score or overall profile? Because what if these two late payments could potentially boost up the credit score? Experian should have this information, but it's saying no data because the furnisher didn't provide them with any data, but this is not accurate information. Was the account paid on time these months or what? Even though it's a positive account, we would leave it, but still, that just goes to show like more inaccurate information that they have reporting. Let's see, is there any more? Like all of this, no data. I'm confused. Where is it at? Okay, let's see, is there any more? Oh, boom. Fingerhut. Okay, this account was opened on December 18th of 2022. It's reporting January 2023. Okay, it's on time, and then in June it's 30 days. What is that, y'all? Again, in June it's 30 days late. In July it's 30 days late. In August it's 60 days late. Is this maximum possible accuracy? Yes, no one should be denied. No one should ever be denied because the bank cannot lend credit. Who's lending the credit? Right? Where is the accuracy? Experian and Fingerhut, both of them would be getting sued. Both of them would be having a lawsuit. And you see, isn't it funny, like on here, but maybe for closed accounts, Experian doesn't report the balance. That could be the situation of why the other two didn't have a balance on the closed accounts. But that's money. A collection, this is money, not under the well, it's money under the Fair Credit Reporting Act. But if you look at the FDCPA in section 1692D, if you have a collection, it says that they're not allowed to harm the person's property or reputation. If you look at the Fair Credit Reporting Act and you look at the definition of a consumer report, it will say that it is your reputation. So if a collection company is reporting something negative on your consumer report, they're harming what? They're harming what? Who can let me know? What are they harming? Your reputation. Exactly. Exactly. Y'all got that. Your character. Exactly. So that collection is money too, not only under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, but the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act. For sure. For sure. Like, collections are so easy to me. Again, these may be reporting, well, I'm not gonna even say this is accurate because I know what a credit card is and what a creditor is. So if you know what a credit card is and what a creditor is, you'll be able to challenge this under the Truth in Lending Act too. But where is this history? Where is this? And hold on, the account was open on March 9th of 2022, but again, even though it's reporting a positive payment status on February 2022, but the account wasn't even open yet. Oh, baby, I would choose. Ain't no way you're reporting accurate information, but the account was open on March 9th, 2022, but you're reporting it in February. Oh, yeah. Delete it because you reported something inaccurately. 15 U.S. Code 1692. Y'all get that though? That's how you will be able to still get paid from this under the SCRA. Maximum possible accuracy. If the account was open in March, how are you reporting it in February? If the account was open in March, how are you reporting it in February? Even though it's on time, who cares? These ain't on time, so I'm gonna use this discrepancy and these discrepancies to get this whole account either updated or removed. Okay. Wow. This girl got a lot of money on her credit report. That's all I know. That's all I know. Another one. This account, okay, and hold on. This account was open in November 30th, 2022, but it ain't reported no data until March of 2023. What? What? Where is this information? And then how, again, how has there been 60 days in between this time frame? How is this accurate information? It's not, Experian. And also, hold the furnishers liable. You can. Okay, even though this is never late, again, it says, where's the date that the account was open? Experian, you have one duty, and that's to make sure that whatever information you report on me is accurate. Even though I wouldn't want this account deleted, I would still want to get paid from it. Because hello, if somebody's pulling my credit report, how would they know when this account got open? And then it could be potentially affecting my credit history. And you know, history plays a big role in your overall credit score. Y'all see what I'm saying? So drop a 1 in the chat if you learned how to find money on your credit report. Did you learn how to find money on your credit report? Let's go back to the slide. So now that I showed you all how to find money on your credit report, I want to share with you how I can help you execute and take action. A lot of you guys are going to be like, well, what do I do next? What do I do next? What do I do next? Well, I have a special offer for you all, okay? I have a lot of things coming up. I have some special stuff. Whoever answered that question correctly, can you please DM me on here? Right, okay. So, oh, that's another topic. I am giving you all early access to my Black Friday sale, okay? You all are getting since you were on here, 67 people on here, you all are getting first access. It's Sunday night. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to be here to learn how to find money on your credit report, which I showed you how to do so. Now, after you find the money on your credit report, you want to make sure that you send a dispute to the consumer reporting agencies, just notifying them of the inaccurate information. You do not have to tell them what exactly isn't accurate. If it comes back as verified, boom, you file a lawsuit. It's that simple. But before you file a lawsuit, you do want to make sure that you do other things to make sure that you have built a correct case, right? So what are my Black Friday specials? I have my $57 Black Friday bundle, which includes Bankrupt the Bureaus. You'll learn the Fair Credit Reporting Act. We only went over a few of the topics of the laws of the Fair Credit Reporting Act in here, but in my Bankrupt the Bureaus class, you'll get access to the recording. You'll learn the Fair Credit Reporting Act and how to file a federal lawsuit. You saw one of my students who got a settlement offer from Experian. They were offering to give him $1,500. That's not even, bruh, $57 or to get to $1,500. I teach you exactly how to do that in the Bankrupt the Bureaus, which is included in the $57 Black Friday bundle. You also learn how to utilize the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act in your disputes to stop or to remove collections from your credit report. You want to add the FDCPA in your credit repair process. Then you get access to Bankrupt the Dealership. I was talking about creditors, right? You can learn the Truth in Lending Act in a Bankrupt the Dealership class. It's not only just about dealerships, it's about finance companies in general. So if you have a credit card, a personal loan, a student loan, it's all talked about under the Truth in Lending Act. And I talk exactly about that and how your car contract is fraud. And you'll also learn the process of going after dealerships and finance companies in the Bankrupt the Dealership class replay. You also get access to the Sue Their Assets bundle and how to create a claim. What is a claim? A claim is what tells your story of what happened in the lawsuit. So not only do you have to like file the paperwork with the court, you have to create a full claim. On this day, I sent Experian a letter stating this. On this day, this happened. This day, blah, 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 right? You have to tell the what, where, how, when, who was injured, how were you violated. I show you exactly how to create a claim. So, because a lot of consumers' cases get dismissed because they don't know how to properly state a claim. So I'll show you how to do that in the bundle. This is all in the $57 Black Friday bundle. And then you also get how to sue debt collectors class recording. You'll learn how to stop debt collectors from harassing you, and you'll learn how to sue them and get the balances zeroed out. With debt collectors, the big thing is getting the balances zeroed out because debt collectors will eventually sue you if you do not pay them. And then you have to learn how to get that judgment removed, and they eventually will try to garnish your wages as well. So you want to learn how to protect yourself if you have any collection companies coming after you. The link is in the chat. Also, you get access to the Facebook group, of course. What else? There was something else I was going to say that it just slipped my mind. Maybe it'll come back. Yes. Now, also, you guys, so many of you have been asking me, will I have a monthly membership? I am having a monthly membership finally, right? We're going to be meeting on a weekly basis to learn wealth building topics. So not only just consumer law, we're going to be learning about trust account, life insurance, forex trading, business credit, and much more. I'm going to be having special guests come in and speak to you all as well, because we're not only just trying to fix our credit, we're trying to build wealth. Once you get access to the funding that you get, you want to make sure that you continue to build the wealth so you do not go back broke. We're not trying to be broke. We're trying to get in our winning season and get in our bag. As you guys saw my story, I was struggling. I was broke. I got access to credit. Once I got access to credit, I just kept investing into myself. I turned myself into a business. I started making money from the information that I learned. So we're going to be going over a lot of wealth building topics. You will have access to the recordings if you cannot make it to the live class. Also, our first class is going to be on November 28th. So we getting straight to it this month. You get a private community. It's not Facebook. It's actually a different community just specifically for you guys in the membership. And yes, you can cancel at any time. I'll also be doing like live disputing to hold you guys accountable during your credit repair journey, because a lot of you guys, like, I don't know what happens. You just don't stay consistent, but this group will make sure that you stay on top of those debt collectors and that consumer report so you can reach your goals with getting your dream credit score, credit profile, right? So we will be doing live disputing where we'll all be submitting a dispute at the same time through the CFPB, so you can be held accountable and make sure you stay on top of things and be consistent, of course. You are your best investment. Yes. Affordable, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. So Bankrupt the Dealership, the Sue Their Asses bundle, and How to Sue Debt Collectors will all be discontinued after this. So this will actually be your last time being able to get access to those 3 classes. Going forward, I'm really only going to be focused on the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Anything more about debt collectors or dealerships or finance companies will be talked more so about in the membership. So if you have not gotten access to Bankrupt the Dealership or Sue Their Asses bundle or How to Sue Debt Collectors, now is the last time, because it will be discontinued after the holidays. I will not be focused on those specific topics. The last thing I have is my 4-week credit mentorship, okay? This is if you want to create a business based off of the information that you have learned from me. So this mentorship is for 4 weeks and it starts on December 4th. We're going to be meeting on Monday and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern time, or it is subject to change based on whoever gets in, based on y'all's schedule as well. The last day to enroll in this is going to be November 28th. There is a payment plan available. We will have 2 calls a week. You will, of course, have access to all the recordings. Week 1, we'll be going over how to remove negative items from your credit report. We're going to be going over all the consumer laws, truth in lending, FDCPA, FCRA. You're going to be learning how to file lawsuits, going through the lawsuit journey, the arbitration journey, and also the federal lawsuit journey as well. Not only suing the consumer reporting agencies, but we'll also talk about lawsuits against the furnishers and like case laws to help you in that process. Like case law is super duper important. Then I will be teaching you guys how to build a digital product business. Just like how I have my business and I sell my digital products, I will be teaching you guys that blueprint and also how to build funnels. This is the last time I will be doing it at this price. And I don't know when the next one will be actually. So you really, really want to take advantage of this. November 28th is the last day to get access to the 4-week credit mentorship. How much is the monthly membership? Is $57 a month. And yes, so the link is in the chat for all of you. And if you're on Instagram, you can just click the link in my bio, actually. That is my Black Friday sale and my Black Friday offers. Do you guys have any questions?
No, yes.
Any questions for me? Give me a 1 in the chat if you enjoyed this. Give me the one in the chat if you enjoyed this free call, if you learned how to find money on your credit report, if you're ready to execute and take action. If you're going to be joining the membership, give me a 2 in the chat. Give me a 2 in the chat if you're going to be joining my private membership. How long will the membership be open? Right now, like, I don't have a closing date on when I will decide that I won't be doing it. I definitely plan on doing it for a while because I really want to be able to help the community in every way possible. And us learning about trust, us learning about estate planning, us learning about life insurance policies, business credit, building business credit, starting your businesses, starting your LLCs, like that is the stuff that we are going to be talking about so we can make sure that we are reaching for financial freedom and our financial goals. Like I'm tired of our people in our community being so stuck in the same mindset. Like you got to take action, and you have to take action, right? You need to take action. You need to stop sitting on your ASS and take action. Like we're not trying to be stuck in the same cycles and in the same places. We're trying to keep pushing forward. Y'all saw where I was a year ago. I'm not going back. I'm never going back to where I was a year ago. I'm going to continue pushing forward, and I want to bring you all on this journey with me. And I don't take consultations or anything like that. So this is going to be the closest thing to a consultation. Yes, the 4-week mentorship is to build a business. The monthly is just for your personal education. That's right. You want to go, Abdul, just go to the Fair Credit Reporting Act and you'll see the civil liability section. Yes, the membership is $57 a month. Very affordable because I want you guys to be successful for sure. Just how I've grown my Instagram. When I first started my business, you guys, I started at, I think I was at 1,900 followers. And that was in April. I learned the blueprint of Instagram marketing and I'm at 30.6K followers and counting. That was what, May, June, July, August, September, October, 7 months. I'm only 7 months in. Excuse me, it was 7 months ago when I decided to invest into a mentorship to teach me how to build funnels. Instead of me paying them to build my funnels, I learned how to do it myself, because now I have a skill set to teach you all. And then everything that you learn from me, that's why I'm giving you the opportunity to join the mentorship, because everything that you learn from me, you can turn into your own business. Or if you have your own business and you sell digital products or whatever skill set you have, you can still utilize how to build the funnels and how to build your own digital product business. And we'll be going over my Instagram marketing tips, creating content, and all of that good stuff. Do I have daytime classes? Once you join the membership, we will decide on like days and times that are good for everybody as a whole. Some days I might do daytime classes because honestly, daytime classes work best for me because that's when my son is at school. But I know that a lot of people work 9 to 5. So that's usually why I do nighttime classes. So in the membership, I'll probably switch it up. Like some days I'll do daytime, and then some weeks I'll do nighttime. So I can just, everybody can be included. The Black Friday sale is ending November 29th. November 29th is when the Black Friday sale ends.
If you want to make it good.
Yes, you have enough time. The membership is actually a lifetime thing. I'm just now launching it. So the membership won't close at a specific time. Only the mentorship does. Yes, the Black Friday bundle will be, this bundle will be over on November 29th. So you have a little bit of time. Like if you don't have the money right now, you have a little bit of time to still get it. No, this is the membership price from now until whenever I don't plan on changing this membership price. This is the monthly price that you'll pay if you join now. Next month, it'll be the same exact price. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay, guys. Well, is there any more questions before I go? Any more questions about the mentorship, the membership, or the bundle? Again, the bundle is all of these classes included, and these classes will actually be discontinued after the holidays, okay? So if you don't have access to these classes, now is the best time to get them because I will not be teaching them again, at least in a group setting, maybe just private mentorship. Oh, thank you, Abdul. May I'm guilty for not giving you props and your flowers because I've learned a lot from you. I've gotten remedy results and I'm developing peace. Thank you. I'm happy you educate. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm just grateful that I'm able to even be here and do what it is that I'm doing, and I'm creating a positive impact on the community. And that was really my goal. Ramona, okay, I got you, Ramona. I'm gonna give you access to the Black Friday bundle. You inbox me on Instagram. It won't let you purchase. Can you pay with PayPal? Send me an email. Or who, yes, if you get the bundle, you get access to the Facebook group as well. The mentorship, no, the mentorship is $1,000, but you'll be able to split the payment into two, which is $500 now and then $500 in 2 weeks. The membership is $57 a month. If you can't pay, just send me an email and I'll see what I can figure out. Just the email, success@millionairemade.co. Yay, Rhonda, I'm glad that you joined. Thank you so much for investing in yourself. And I promise you, you guys, like, we're going to be getting this not only holds you guys accountable, but me accountable, because I don't know everything. So we're all going to be like learning new things together. I'm going to let you guys vote on which topics that you want to choose for each week as well. Some weeks, if you guys vote, we'll do FDCPA or FCRA. We'll still incorporate consumer law, but consumer law isn't the only thing that we need to be learning to building wealth and, becoming financially free. Okay, y'all. If you DM me, Ramona, because I'm gonna give you access to the bundle. And yes, peace, you guys. You all have an amazing night, and thank you for joining me. I hope you all enjoy your week off. If you do have, the kids, never mind. Just enjoy your holiday season, and hope you all are having fun with your family. Just take time out for yourself and be grateful that we all have the opportunity to be here. You all have an amazing week and an amazing night, and see you all later.